Dad, do you want to tell me when to start or set the timer?
Just go ahead.
My great-great-uncle served in World War II and was killed in action. His story won't be told through a Facebook page or a text message. His story will be told through letters he wrote from his heart. Last year, an odd package arrives on my Uncle Bruce's doorstep from Ireland. After it is taken in, opened up, a mystery is answered. The first crinkled, faded yellow letter is taken gingerly out of the box. The pages crack and the words unfold a story that had been left unanswered for a generation. In the 1940s, my great-great-uncle Bill fell in love with a beautiful Irish girl named Alice. They were to be married as soon as he arrived home from the war. And so he wrote her, letters and letters, pouring his heart out in the ink, giving his soul to the paper. She treasured them, these letters filled with distance, longing, and hope. Tales of their future together unfolded. The small log cabin by the lake they would own, the children they would raise. Her wedding dress, described down to every last detail. Their entire life planned out in the ink. These letters describe what had been a family mystery. My speech, unfortunately, is only a little bit about this mystery. It is more about how, if my great-great-uncle had had access to the technology of social interaction of our generation today, then this family mystery would have remained exactly that, a mystery. Today's social technology is rapid, but temporary. The problem with technology today is that far too often, technology controls us instead of us controlling technology. The definition of technology, according to Merriam-Webster, is the use of science in industry, engineering, etc., to invent useful things or solve problems. However, our generation defines it as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Flickr, Pinterest, Vine, AskFM, YouTube, texting, and apps. Now, technology has helped in many ways, but there is a risk to excessive use. You see an entire generation walking around glued to their phones. In fact, in a study conducted by the University of Maryland, it states that most university students could not avoid their electronics for even a day. Some even experience symptoms similar to drug withdrawal when forced to go without technology. The issue with today's technology is not the technology itself, but those who fail to control it. You see, we're in possession of technology. The danger grows as it possesses us. My generation is known as the net generation. We are the only ones who have grown up with the wonders of social technology today. We are the only ones best positioned with the power and responsibility to control that technology. We gain a lot with the technology we use, the primary gain being convenience. But how much do we run the risk of losing? One of the things we risk is emotion. You can pour your heart out into a text, but it just looks like a weather warning. I mean, I don't know if I should be happy or take cover under a desk. You can pour your heart out to an email, but it just feels cold. No one understands it when you're sitting there typing words on a screen. Those aren't feelings shared with a person. Those feelings are routed through a cold, hard machine. Emotion comes from the heart and soul, the incredible passion that's rooted so far inside a person. It's letters handwritten on a page, erased and crossed out and cried over and laughed over. Handwriting is an artistic reflection of your mood in that moment. It's raw right there in front of your face. It's not separated by a screen protector. We become robots. We become automatic, detached, dispassionate machines. Our generation is losing themselves over this new technology that allows us to become standard issue, unremarkable, unexceptional shells of people. We will be just like machines, and our emotion will be gone. Along with emotion, where will tradition go? Just recently, Miss Manners, a writer for the New Yorker and Washington Post, responded to a woman who had received 2 marriage proposals by text. The very fact that this question was asked of a mainstream columnist should give us cause for concern. Are text message marriage proposals going to be an accepted form of what used to be tradition on bended knee? What happens to famous Christmas traditions? Do children even want to talk to Santa, or would they rather just text him now? I was in the mall last Christmas. Santa was sitting alone. No children in line. No wishes of Merry Christmas or tales and stories of the marvelous things to come. Instead, it can all be bought on www.whatever you want, sitting alone as you order our gifts online. When we allow technology to take us wherever it wants to, our traditions will be gone. We need to find a way to merge the best of technology with our traditions that we hold so close. We need to find a way to control technology, not let it control us. Will you? Can you dare to find a way to control your technology? Lastly, we risk our humanity. Not only the things that make us human, but sometimes we risk our very lives. According to the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, texting while driving causes 1.6 million auto accidents a year. The Institute for Highway Safety estimates 11 teen deaths occur every day due to texting while driving. Lives are being lost and the best aspects of being human are challenged. Even our interpersonal communication runs the risk of being lost, much like a deleted text. Some people of my generation already prefer to interact socially through texting. This is the problem. Reliance on the texting language burns our romantic language away. Eventually, our social intelligence and our passion will fade out. Instead, we risk becoming machine-like. Our humanity is partially rooted in our kindness, but in a study in Psychology Today magazine, empathy in college students has decreased 40% in the past 30 years. A suspected contributing factor is the heavy use of social media as a primary means of human interaction. A text is not unique, the words don't exhibit personality, and the abbreviations are nearly universal. You will sound like the person next to you, they will sound like you, and we will all be the same. The values you have will be found everywhere else or found nowhere at all. We get so used to words on a screen, bright fluorescent lights glowing through the darkness. How much of this technology is second nature? The phone in your pocket, the computer scheduling this tournament, no one even notices all these machines anymore. Who knows that letter from the home front treasured forever? Who knows the art of writing anymore of cursive? Who knows silence? True silence. There is always something there, something going off or ringing or dinging, desperately trying to distract us from who we are. Our generation knows Skype, a quick text or email, the fleeting contact that fades immediately. Letters, words, the things we do in person echo throughout history. Because of the letters my great-great-uncle wrote to this woman he fell in love with, I know what happened. I know the joy of receiving this letter on your doorstep, the tears falling down Alice's face and onto the crinkled paper. I know the poetry of a love letter, the handwriting meaning more than typed words ever could. I know that these letters meant more than any computerized text, and were read over and over and over while she dreamed of her future as a wife and a mother. I also know that the last letter Alice received from my uncle was marked deceased. And so I know the pain of packing away your wedding dress in a box. I know the weight of dust and time. I know this because these letters made me feel that. Our generation may never feel that. The numbness of the past, the shattered heart of the present, the hopes of the future, you do not get that through a text. We run the risk of losing all of this, but we haven't lost it yet. The people in this room have the power to change everything. I know it can be hard. I know because sometimes I text too much as well. But really, I don't want to see LOL. I want to hear it. I want to LOL with you, and with you, and you, and you, and you, and I want the laughter to fall on my ears. Yet we sit behind a screen, mouths shut, and the clock ticks on. On to when technology will completely overpower humanity, when handwritten letters will be non-existent, and cursive writing is a lost art. But what if I told you, you have the power to take us forward into a future where technology serves us instead of controlling us? You can do this. Not just by yourself. There are movements you can join and decisions you can make to help control. One of these movements taking place is called pushback. This is a trend to literally push back technology use and obsessiveness. It isn't a business or a physical place. It's a choice. Richard Gomez from the University of Washington states, if technology both helps us to connect, at the same time drives us apart, we need to learn when to manage technology and know when to push back. Pushback encourages awareness about how much technology you use and when, and putting limits on it. Use your phone only for quick calls and texts, not long, drawn-out text conversations. My great-great-uncle loved his Irish girl enough to write to her from the battlefield. We should love ourselves enough to ensure our humanity. The slow creeping of technology is already here, and we didn't notice because we were all focused on our own screens. We missed it, just like we will miss pieces of our lives if we don't look up now. We need to look up from the screen. The choice to control your technology is yours. Will you acknowledge your obligation to honor your individual humanity? You see, if we don't control the technology, we become the technology. Author Nassim Nicholas Taleb suggests that the only difference between technology and slavery is that the slaves are fully aware that they are not free. And so I challenge you to look up, to be aware, to push back.